What's up, adventure riders? You got Jordan here with ADVuntamed. We're here in beautiful Mexico, San Quintin, and we're here to convince you to come sign up for Baja Rally. Couldn't be more stoked to be here, and I'm gonna give you guys a complete breakdown on what a rally is and why I think you should really consider doing a rally before spending a pile of money to do a tour down to Mexico or any other country that offers this beautiful sport we call rally. So I'm going to take you guys for a walk around, show you the bivouac, show you the sign up process, and then we'll give you a quick tour on a bike to show you what you need so that you can come down to Baja Rally 2026 and come ride with me and all my friends down here and have a great time. Let's do it. Okay, so this is a typical bivouac. This is where all the working on the bikes happens, okay? This is where you keep your spare parts. As you can see, we've got two options here. We've got myself and Trevor. We've opted to hire a mechanic. That's Kenny, world's best mechanic, and he'll continuously prep our bike over a 6-day event. Some other riders, a cheaper option, they choose to do Moto Mally.
Cheaper?
Crazier, I should say a crazier option. I've done it. I was able to win here last year in Moto Mally on that bike there that Mark's gonna be riding this year in Moto Mally. So he's gonna bring back the trophy, and that steed's gonna be able to retire a 2-time champion. Couldn't be more stoked. So here we got Josiah, he'll be in Moto Mally, and then we got Emily right there, she'll be Moto Mally. And then we got Scott, who he's racing rally too, but he's opted to just do his own maintenance because he's also crazy. Now Scott, funny thing is, he was there for my first rally. I was pulling wrenches. I actually did his suspension the first time out here when I was just a mechanic. And so now it's kind of like a full circle. It's pretty amazing. And then of course we got track master Willem. He's kind of responsible for all the missed waypoints that he forgets to put in there, and yeah, his road book's sometimes a little iffy. But Scotty, Mal, road book's on point. So yeah, that's kind of a quick tour of the typical bivouac. And Emily's trying to grind her tower, so we're gonna go ahead and I'll show you something else. Okay guys, so this is sign up. This is what it looks like. So what you do is once you've got your entry paid, this is where you're gonna register. You're gonna get your stickers. Over here, you're gonna finish your final registration, as all these boys are doing. Super easy process. You're gonna get a sat phone for safety. We've got moto medics out there. It's a super safe event. Over here, this is where the rally stuff happens. This is where you're gonna get your rally comps. So these are digital trackers for when you're out on the course. As you can see, we got just boxes and boxes of them. So these will keep you guys going in the right direction. If you're lost, hit a button, arrow pops up, and it's gonna bring you home. So super awesome, super safe event. We've got here,
To the tech guys.
that's Victor. Victor's the one out there watching in the sky. So it's super cool event, easy, really easy. You come out here, you run a road book. Like I say, you get lost, hit a button, it'll bring you home. So this is why I really think you adventure riders should just give it a go. Very cost effective, come down with your friends and just go out and have a good time. It's only a race if you make it a race. There's a lot of guys that come down here just for fun. So I think it's well worth your time to really consider it. And if you ever need help, reach out. I'm more than willing to help you. And here we got the leaders. We got Willem and Mal. There's Scotty, Wendy. We got everyone here. Couldn't be more stoked. Hey guys, we're here. Baja Rally. Couldn't be more stoked. So I want to get into the cost of doing an event like this, doing an event like Baja Rally. So initially you can get early bird entry fees for around $1,600 bucks. They go up to about $3,500 if you wait. But realistically, the cost after that, it's just nickels and dimes. You kind of come down, you're gonna have to pay for a photo package if you want, which is about 300 US. And then you're gonna have your rally comp deposit, your satellite phone deposit, which you get back. And then you have like a hotel fee. So you get to, cool thing about Baja is even if you're racing Maui Moto, you can stay in a hotel. It's $400 a person, and they're usually 2 up. So if you come with your friends, you both get your own bed, 400 US a person for the whole event. And that's really your cost. You're gonna keep some pesos, you know, in your pocket for when you stop at a gas station, and you know, you're gonna have to buy a little bit of gas in Catavina. But you know, if you come down smart with your friends, you do what I did, you get a cargo trailer coming down, all your expenses outside of your initial entry fee, you're sitting at around about 700 bucks. And you get to see some of the most beautiful places in Baja, which you don't get to ride if you're just out there with a tour company. You know, there's some tours that I'd really recommend doing here as well. They just put on really great events like DS Pro, HTA. They do great work, but for the cost, a lot of people are gonna end up being in that $10,000, $11,000 range, even if you bring your own bike. Here, your food, everything's covered. You come down for about, let's say 4,000 US per person. You're down here with your friends. You can treat it like a race. You can go out and enter in Rally Pro, Maui Moto, whatever it may be, and you can race, or you can just come down and run some road books and see some of the most beautiful parts of Baja, which this event has special access to. It's not something you can come down and ride off on your own. They work really closely with a lot of the locals and private landowners, and they get special access to these incredible places. So, you know, if you're like me, I now like to have a mechanic, so I hire my friend Kenny, who's a great mechanic. There's so many good options down here. If you and 2 of your friends come down, you can get hooked up with off-piste, HDA. There's so many different companies that'll provide you with a mechanic that get, you know, maybe that's a little bit more expensive if you want a full ride rental bike and all that stuff, but it's still cheaper than coming down and doing a tour. So I recommend that your next adventure be something like this, whether it's Baja Rally, the Kota Rally in the US, or some underground event there. These rallies are just a really good opportunity to go on some of the most incredible adventure rides for a very low cost, and you get to meet a lot of awesome people, and you get to see a lot of awesome views. This is San Quintin. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't care where you're taking your tour. I don't know if it gets better than that. But we can break down more of the costs later once I'm done all this filming and done racing, and I'm gonna go through and talk to people my personal costs, what it takes to bring down a team of 7 people, and well, how much I had to put into my cargo trailer and all that stuff. So I'll do a complete breakdown, but like I say, load up your Toyota Tacoma with your bike and your buddy's bike, buy a digital road book, and come out and just have a blast. It's the best tour you can do. We'll keep up.
Stage 1 is dusted. We're heading back to the bivouac. I'll hand the bike over to Kenny. He'll go through it and get it prepped for Stage 2. Stage 1 was awesome. I had a lot of fun, super fast at the beginning of the stage, and then about the last quarter, it turned pretty rocky, pretty steep, single track, which I really enjoyed. It really suited my background. That's Colton Udall ahead of me, and Kieran Ron is behind me. We went 1, 2, and 3 on the stage. Yeah, it was an amazing stage for me. Probably one of the funnest days I've had on a motorcycle. I was able to hang out and ride with these boys pretty much all stage, which really helped with my confidence. These guys are desert racing legends down in Mexico and the US. They're some of the fastest guys on 2 wheels. So it was just an absolute pleasure getting out there riding with them. Couldn't be more stoked on that. I ended up getting second on the day just because Kieran had a couple speeding penalties, or it would have put me in third. But you take when you can get it, and I was able to hang out and ride with him a lot the last second half of the stage. We kind of traded spots back and forth. It's just amazing watching these boys ride. They're incredible at reading the terrain and knowing the bike and how it's going to react in pretty much every situation. So we'll head back to the bivvy and get everything sorted, eat up, hydrate, get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, and here we are at the stage debrief. We just talked about what everyone kind of ran into on stage 1, if the org had any problems, and another really cool thing is you talk about what's going to be expected for stage 2, the kind of terrain, the distances, and all that stuff. So you got some good information to put on your bar pad. They released the starting order, and just kind of gets you prepared for the next day. Gives you just a really good idea on what you have to expect and what you need to pack and what you're going to run into.
You're here.
Okay, special stage 2, a little bit of a delay. We were supposed to leave at about 6:30. My start time was 6:32. Got some fog, so we're going right next to the coast. Poor visibility, dust, a lot of hazards. So we're gonna delay the start till about 7. Get out there. Running second right now, so get to follow Colton's dust again, and hopefully he leaves a little bit better tracks than he did yesterday, because I was getting pretty lost. Me and Kieran were back and forth all day yesterday, so pretty stoked to get up front ride with these guys. We're here with Off Piste, ADV Adventure, Team Fun. It's going to be a great time. All of our riders came in yesterday, only one small injury. We'll see how it goes today. Stoked. nav errors and got on me pretty quick. And back there, I bet you that cost me 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. How long have you guys been here for?
45 minutes.
Yeah, I figured I lost half hour. That sucks. But
Still racing.
still racing, man.
And
Still
you don't have to
racing.
deal with the dust, and you're not having mechanicals.
Well, you know what they say. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she don't. That's just the way of the road, Rick. Had a great start to the stage. Was really fast. Was a lot of fun. Felt a good flow. Caught up to the boys, and everything started going downhill. I was going about 140K, and donkey ran out in the middle of the trail, so I kind of bucked off into the trees and ended up running into a cactus. That's what that blood sweat ring all over my face is from. And it just kind of shook me up. I started making nav mistakes and ultimately lost probably about 45 minutes just making stupid mistakes. When that stuff happens, you really got to just slow down and just go, okay, let's focus on just getting the book right. And then you'll find your flow later on. I got lost about 5K from the end of the stage, and it's a shame because I'm usually a pretty good navigator, but it's just the way it goes. I read the book a little bit wrong and got a little confused, and my auto was a little bit out, so I wasn't seeing a really hidden track, like a really faint track in the book. I just couldn't quite find it, so I ended up going backwards and just going to a previous waypoint, probably about, 8K back. And ultimately, I probably should have just taken a penalty and just taken 5 minutes instead of the 45 I wasted getting lost. But I knew David, Mike, Victor, and Willem were all sitting in watching us on the rally comp, and I was like, I'm not opening up a waypoint for these old guys, not this guy. But ultimately, I still had a lot of fun, man. Like, Mexico's just a blast to ride in, and got to see a lot of beautiful scenery, and really got to string out that Cove 450 and have an absolute blast doing it. So we'll bring the bike back to the bivouac, toss it over to Kenny. He's got a little work to do because I had a good little crash, and then we'll go from there, and we'll get ready for stage 3.
Get a fucking third place trophy still?
I don't know. 2 people in the pro class, that's it? Alright, let's check it out. Here's where we landed. Over there's where we started. Got a little Cove handguard plastic down here on the rocks, you know. It's a little bit of ways. Here's the washout. Square edge. Here. Some skid plate plastic. Are they coming through?
And just like that, that's my Baja Rally over. You know, this is kind of the dark side of racing. I seen a single hazard that I didn't think I had to check up for, and I hit it going way too fast. Ended up getting thrown over the bike and doing my tib fib, knee, PCL, MCL. Split the bone damn near in half. I'm walking away from this wreck with a lot of hardware, screws and plates, and a couple surgeries later, but I think we'll make 100% recovery. But I'm a blue collar guy, privateer with some factory support. So, when I go down there, I've got something to prove just to myself. It's not to anybody else, but I want to do good, and I know where I could be, and I know I'm capable of winning these events. So you push a lot more than maybe you should, but it's just part of the game. Overall, I had a really great event. It'll just be about healing. I've got a lot of plans for 2027 that I'll announce later, but I need to get this leg sorted and get back down training. I took a lot away from the event, being able to hang with those two fast guys, Colton and Kieran. I think it's something that, naturally I think I can pick up, and I'm a pretty good overall rider. So, I can pick up in different disciplines and learning a lot more down in the desert. What I have learned is desert racing's no joke. You got to be really, really capable of riding heads up and riding at speed. So you got to understand and learn how to navigate that terrain and read the terrain. So I've got a lot of work to do, but yeah, unfortunately, I kind of kicked myself out of a podium finish and kicked myself into a hospital bed, but I'm all good. The leg will heal. A crash like that kind of plays back in your mind, so I'll have to work on that. I need to get back down there and get back up to speed and get the fear kicked back out of my mind. So we'll get back down, and yeah, no, it'll be a good time, and I'll heal and the bike will be fixed, and yeah, we'll get ready for 2027.